got something! I got something new! You know how exciting it is to unpack new supplies, so I thought I'd show you what I got. I am in full-on preparation mode for the Christmas season, the holidays. I didn't only get things I needed to make products, I also got some things I want to try out as passion projects to get me through the somewhat daunting task of making all these products that I'd like to sell. Oh, they have a new packaging system. Usually they throw in tons of this paper and I straighten it out and use it to pack my own products. I found another pen I want to try out for oil pastels. This is called the Dermatograph from Mitsubishi. For glass, metal and plastics. This is supposed to be able to write on almost anything. And I thought maybe it's able to paint on oil pastels. I only have black detail pens, I don't have white ones. We have some cartridges for my favorite pen. I am currently doing morning pages as part of the Artist's Way. Maybe you've also heard of the Artist's Way. I'm gonna talk more about it later on. And I go through these cartridges like crazy. Another thing I am very happy about that I finally got it is the paper-made writing set. I do have one paper-made pen in blue and I love it. Every time I use it, I'm excited to use it. If it makes me that excited to just use a pen, I think it's a good investment to get a set of the pens that make me happy. They don't bleed through. They come in a wonderful set of colors. This is the tropical set. It's 16 pens. They have the perfect size of a nib. Now, maybe you already spotted her in one of the last videos. I had this now for I think a month. This is the Woodzilla press. And I plan to print on fabric as well as finally print my packaging. I got this block printing ink from Estee and Prussian Blue, the fabric printing starter kit, and a second and larger rubber roller. I do have lino plates, but I got a set of 2 soft cut plates as well. This is new writing paper I'd like to test out. It's Clairefontaine Design. The one I have right now is discontinued and I hate searching for new supplies and testing them, but I have to, and this is what I'll be using for the next books. And then under here are large pieces of carton, of book binding carton. I ran out of those and need them for the products I have in mind for the winter shop update. Before we can get started on all this fun stuff, I first have to package one Etsy order. And while I do so, I will tell you a bit more about the Artist's Way and my thoughts on it and how I'm using it. I sold a B grade oil pastel sketchbook. I am very proud of these oil pastel sketchbooks, but there are some that are a bit wonky, a bit lopsided. It's not noticeable by much, but I can definitely tell, you know, it's about 3 millimeters. I can tell, and I did not want to sell those as normal A grade sketchbooks. Other than that, it works perfectly fine. It's a normal oil pastel sketchbook with these transparent sheets in between each page. And they also bought a fantasy gouache sketchbook. I'll take a look at that just to make sure while it was stored and moved that it did not get damaged. Looks very good. And this one goes out to Maryland. That means I can scratch off another part of the world map where I track where my artist went. And I'm also fairly certain they will have a good time with another Leporello, which I sometimes put in there as a freebie, mostly to orders that contain sketchbooks, because if you buy a Little Prince gift book, you won't need a Leporello, and sometimes people also don't know what to use it for. Leporellos are, I'll show you one. Leporellos are either sketchbooks or photo albums that are one continuous long sheet of paper. It's very simple, but I think someone who enjoys painting with gouache will have a good time and maybe some ideas on what to do with it. And because I had so many different colors of paper, I also have many different colors of Leporellos, because I made them from the scrap pieces on the side. They were very long, and I thought, what a good thing to use for a Leporello. So I have different colors with also different colored paper inside. And then I just look at the order and think, what kind of colors do they seem to like, and what kind of Leporello can I put in there? All right, I forgot I wanted to tell you a bit about the Artist's Way. The Artist's Way is a book written by Julia Cameron, and her objective is to help people find back to their creativity and work a bit more in creative ways, so that they live a fulfilled life. However, it is quite spiritual and also very demanding in their beliefs it tries to convey. It says, for example, I am paraphrasing of course, but that was the feeling I got by reading it, which was not a good feeling. And for me it felt like, if you don't believe in this spiritual higher power that gives everyone creativity and that wants you to create, then you have a blockage and you need to work more on yourself. And I didn't want to feel pressured into doing everything that the book suggests. Therefore, I skimmed through it. I looked at all the tasks and I chose those that spoke to me, and also the ones I didn't want to do, because I do want to challenge myself, and it can be valuable to fulfill these 12 weeks of getting to know yourself again and your creative self and nurturing that creative self. So I am doing the Artist's Way, but I think I found a good middle ground, and I am right now in week 3 doing the morning pages every day. They help a bunch. I really can't multitask. Now I'm just gonna wrap this up. It's a good thing I keep everything, because I still have these plastic sheets that my grandma's cards used to be in, and I use those for attaching the customs notice. It's quite hot outside, and I just brought the parcel to the post office. The second task I have to do before I can get to the fun stuff is decorate these Little Prince prints. I'm using the Finetech Coliro watercolors. I'll do that now and talk to you a bit about my plans for the next weeks. As you might know, the winter time is the time for Etsy sellers where they sell the most. That was my experience as well last year, and I really want to be better prepared than last year. Therefore, I'm trying to get everything done by the end of September. I took a look at the things I have to get done and divided them into 3 weeks. This week is Little Prince week. Not only do I want to make 20 Little Prince books, I'd also like to do a second, larger version. It'll be a delicate and special edition that will be twice the size. So the whole print, if you fold it out, will be A3 sized, which is twice the size of this one. It will also get a sturdier cover, and it will only be available as a hand embellished version. You know, so far I give you the option whether you want to have it hand embellished or for a bit of a cheaper price have the simple print. But with this special version, it will only be hand embellished, it will be larger, it will be sturdier. Anyways, I keep drifting off. This is what I have planned for this week. Do 20 Little Prince books in total. Make a prototype of the, I keep calling it the Large Prince, but it will still be called the Little Prince, of course. Make a prototype of the Large Prince, and then try to do at least 10 of this special version Little Prince books. That's what I have planned for this week. This always takes so much longer than I anticipate. But I finished all 10 of these now. I did test out the Papermate pens and I was really disappointed because 4 of the 16 pens are already dried out. Usually I don't have any problems at all with the art supply store I order from. At this time, maybe it was just a very old set, but I am going to write them because a quarter of the pens aren't working. I think that is a reasonable thought process. Now let me tell you a bit about the motif I want to create. I'm a big fan of merchandise. However, I like the more subtle merchandise. I have this sweatshirt. It says Water Tribe in a university style font. I think it's adorable. It's of course from Avatar: The Last Airbender. But you can't immediately tell, you know, it's not a picture of the animated series in there. You might already also know my Stardew Valley shirt, which is not that subtle. I gotta say, I also broke that record by now, and it should read Winterfest, year 1. Then I also made a cup of coffee in a ceramics shop that is Stardew Valley related, and I also just recently created a little place where you put your cooking spoon and your cooking utensils, and that has the motif of the Stardew Valley cooking show. Things like that really intrigue me. Or what I want to try now is an all-over pattern, just like little stars, you know, or dots, but I want them to be Hunter x Hunter related, which is an animated series as well as a manga. It was originally a manga. And I don't want people to be able to tell that it's merchandise. I want them to think, oh, that's a cute checkered shirt, when in reality it is a symbol from one of the things I like quite a lot. I have several of those ideas, and we will start with the Hunter x Hunter one. Oh, I forgot! I have something else. I got these especially for the smaller motifs and the patterns. I couldn't use such a roller like this to ink a tiny little object also multiple times. You need to stamp so many times if you want to create a repeat pattern. Therefore, I want to try out these VersaCraft for fabric, paper, wood and more ink pads. It says premium multi-purpose craft ink, heat set fabric with iron for permanence, archival, acid free. I have several of these, 7 in total, which I'm quite excited about. Good thing I always get either a chatto, acid or coffee on my shirts. I have plenty of shirts that need to be covered up with some patterns. Let's design some cute stamps. I just realized I didn't end up telling you what I'm designing, and I'll keep it brief because I know it isn't interesting for everybody. There is a very iconic character. He is a jokester whose choice of weapon is a deck of cards. He has a star as well as a teardrop, and because he is using a deck of cards, I'll also add in a heart into the mix. I'm carving out a very simple star, a teardrop, as well as a heart. I'll begin on this side and work my way downwards because the spots I want to cover are in this area. Then the star will be, he has different colors every now and then. In the 2011, the star was pink and the teardrop was light turquoise green. Therefore, the heart shall be lilac. I've never done something like this before. I also fear I am not the most patient or exact worker when it comes to things like this. I will, however, do my best and try to keep a somewhat straight line. Let me just cut this to size a bit more. I know. Don't tell my husband I cut against my thumb again. He says I don't have any sense for work safety. Which I don't, but so far nothing has happened yet. Famous last words. Oh, how. Fortunately, it seems I have missed the shirt I am wearing. But there is some pink down here. Also, I shouldn't have worn white while doing this. Let's try that again. Good. That's very cute. Cute. Yeah, this is going to take a long while. Let me just snap my fingers and I'll bring you back when I'm almost done. Oh, this took a while, but I am finally on the last sleeve, the second sleeve, and I'll do 3 tiny stamps on here with no particular order. All of this went rather well. I messed up once over here, but that's fine. I don't, you know me, I don't care. Okay, last one. I think it's adorable. Let me show you the whole thing. So cute. I think it's really cute, just how I wanted it. I'll let it dry for a bit more. And then I'll fixate it with an iron. And I just realized that I still have my after walk hair. It's getting so warm under my large hat that I have to dry my hair afterwards because I'm sweating. We're walking a lot. Anyways, I am very happy with the VersaCraft stamps. As far as the printing process went, I'm not quite sure if this is the perfect surface for it. It got a bit chalky. There is no smooth, opaque, all over layer of paint. But I don't think that's what these are for, so I won't judge them too harshly. I will fixate it and then wash it once and then come back to you later this week with an update on how they performed after the washing machine. I'll see you tomorrow. It's already 5:30 and I am quite hungry, so I'll start cooking dinner. And also, that was probably all the creative energy I had for today. I'll see you tomorrow fresh and early. No, well, how do you say it? Bright and early. Yes. I have all these scraps and I'm just checking whether some of them are the right size to be reused. I think I have quite a few that could fit. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. And that's where I will take the carton for the covers from. So I don't have to cut any new. I did get new carton, but I will not need it probably, because I am keeping all of those scrap pieces. Yay me! Yay to my inner hoarder.
But I stayed in my place, should've said what I felt, could've spared you the pain. Funny cause you probably feeling the same, but I need you, I know you. I could wash you down with a soju. I would drink you in like a cold brew. I know you love when I hold you. I know you up thinking back to all the little moments we could undo. Running away to find an escape. You could've just said if you needed the space. Instead you
Today is a relaxing, clothes kind of day. I'm in my jogger, so nothing fancy today, but I know I have to do a lot more of these and that's gonna take some time. Also, hold on a second. I printed 6 of the little prints in A3. And I do like this size more than A4. I think it's a perfect size. It shouldn't be bigger, but it also it's quite small if it's smaller. If it is, I'm not making sense today. Anyways, I will embellish these prints today, and I will do some more of these. I will also try to edit in between so that I can make sure that I get my videos out. I want to get better at that. Some manual work, routine work, the same thing, repetitive work, and then I'll talk to you again if I have something to tell you. I gotta say, I'm getting quite good at this. I made a bunch of the covers. I will start to embellish the prints after lunch. I haven't eaten lunch yet. And just as I'm starting, I made a mistake. It's the first mistake I made so far. I just can't multitask. 1 second. Okay, crisis averted. But I already did these covers. I am planning on making 20 of the pretty version in A3. I have been struggling to keep up with the artist's way. There have been a few days in between that you didn't see me, and that's because I had a stomach bug. I was not feeling good for one night, and then I needed about 3 days to recover. However, I am behind on most of these things. I wanted to have this all done in the span of 1 week, but I now realize that that was an unrealistic goal. Even without the stomach bug, I would have struggled. And what I mentioned before, I want to try and keep a more regular uploading schedule. I managed for about a year to make one video, but at the same time I was not happy with the videos, and I am working on letting that go, on just uploading the videos, even though I don't think they are perfect, because I love making vlogs. When I started The Artist's Way and you start to ask yourself, what do you want to accomplish with your time? What do you want to do creatively? I kept thinking back to making vlogs. In the beginning, I only made vlogs. They are not up anymore. But the thing I wanted to do in the very beginning, why I started this channel, was to do vlogs. I want to be one of those channels that I would watch as I either eat my lunch or do tasks like this. A channel that offers a lot of different creative projects, as well as someone who enjoys being creative. That's all I want, really. That's what I wanted to talk about real quick. Now I'll get the final 3 of these, and then I have all the covers. Alright, this is the finished shirt. As I mentioned, nothing on the back, only at the front, as well as some on the sleeves. I'll come a bit closer so you can see how this is behaving. I fixated it with the iron for 1 minute and it worked perfectly. I put it in the washing machine and it still looks very good. However, you know how I said I wanted to go subtle on the motif? I may have gone a bit too subtle, and I don't think anyone will realize this is Hunter x Hunter related. It's still cute and I like it. However, the next one will be a bit more obvious. I already know what I want to do, and I will use the fabric lino print kit for it. Let me come a bit closer as I wrap up. I managed to do about 70% of the task, and the most important one is still hanging in the air. That is the gold decoration for the covers of the pretty edition of The Little Prince. More on how I plan to decorate them with the help of a CNC machine, as well as some gold foil, will be in next week's vlog. I also still didn't make any progress at all with the packaging situation. And finally, I'd like to update the Etsy world map where I scratch off all the countries I already sent orders to. Because not only, as you saw, did I send something to Maryland, but I also sent something to Japan, which is a big deal for me. I've been to Japan twice. I love Japan. I was very excited to send sketchbooks there. I also have some more things to say about The Artist's Way, mostly because of the stomach bug. It completely threw my schedule, but also because I wasn't disciplined enough. That is why I will repeat week 4. I only did 2 of the 9 tasks, and that's no good. I want to do this right. What does help is that my dog always joins me in the morning. When I sit on this designated reflection spot, I write in my reflection journal, and Dino comes to join me. He cuddles a lot. He's very cuddly. And that is really something I look forward to, drinking my coffee, cuddling with the dog, and writing my morning pages. So there is hope, and I want to finish it. I will let you know how it's going. I want to thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.